Ohio baseball has had one constant for the past 23 years, and that is its coach, Joe Carbone. With 634 going into this season, Carbone has more wins than any other coach in any sport in Ohio's history. So I sat down with Carbone to talk about a number of topics, starting with the College World Series game he played on in 1970. One of the first things I learned, was that banner on the outfield wall in Bob Wren, the 1970 College World Series. So I was just wondering if you could talk about how big an impact, how cool that was for you, as a student then, a baseball player, and what kind of impact that had in your life, maybe.
Well, I would say, for a college baseball player, going to the College World Series is like a college basketball player going to the Final Four or the NCAA championship. I mean, that's it's the epitome. It's the ultimate. It's it's in a lot of cases a dream, and it's very difficult to get to when you get down to the last 8 teams in the whole country. That's what we were. We were one of the 8 teams in the country to get to the College World Series, and got to 3rd place. So we were with final 3, I think. Okay. So it's an experience, the competition, all the teams you play, the Notre Dames, the Minnesotas, the Southern Illinois in the regionals, College World Series. We played Southern Cal and beat them, played Iowa State and beat them, then lost to Florida State, Texas in close games, so we were playing with the big boys, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we're bitterly disappointed that we didn't win a national championship. Bitterly disappointed. We felt that we had the players, we felt we had the coach, we felt that we were going to win a national championship when we were out there. Okay, we weren't just happy to be there. We were on a mission to, this is what we're going to do. And so it is when you go through something like that with 25 guys, you get to know them real well. You're with them every day. You're traveling a lot. You play a lot. You're competing. You have highs. You have lows. So you develop a friendship and bonds with certain guys that are closer to you than other guys, but still the guys that weren't your best friends are still very good friends.
Yeah.
And it's an experience that you never forget. You every time we had a 40-year reunion. I wish it was 20. We had a 40-year reunion here last year where we invited the team back, and the guys say every time they turn on the College World Series,
Yeah.
that they say I was there, I was there. And I'm fortunate being on the All-American committee. I go out to Omaha every year and with 7 other head coaches in the country, pick our NCAA All-American team, and then we get to watch a couple games out in Omaha, in the College World Series. So, it feels good being in the stands and knowing that, I played down there on this field. I was a part of this, me and my team.
Yeah.
So, it's a great experience. It's something we, will never forget.
Yeah, I'm sure. And one of your teammates turned out to be Mike Schmidt, or was Mike Schmidt, and he ended up, obviously, having a huge career in the majors.
Exactly. He ended up being a Hall of Famer. But along with him, we had, I think, 9 or 10 guys off our team drafted.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, Mike being the best player, but Steve Swisher, who was a freshman catcher on our team and was a backup catcher at the time, played in the big leagues, played in the All-Star game, and our Mike Hanna, our first baseman, would have been a big leaguer, but the day he was getting called up to the big leagues, he fell in the dugout. Jason pop-up and broke his shoulder, so he would have been a big leaguer also.
Yeah.
And so we had some great players, some great teammates.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's a few of them who are over here. Yeah.
They are, yep. We've got, of the guys, that were on that College World Series team, Steve Swisher, Mike Schmidt. Then the guys I played with when I was here, Rich McKinney, John Moreland, Mike Schmidt, Steve Swisher, so I played with 4 big leaguers here, and so, those guys were all great players and great people too.
Yeah. And your coach was the Bob Wren of Bob Wren Stadium,
Bob
correct?
Wren of Bob Wren Stadium, that's correct.
What kind of coach was he?
He was a great coach, great person, master psychologist, we called him, a guy that really knew baseball in and out, and helped develop. I mean, I don't really think if Mike Schmidt went anywhere else besides Ohio University, he would have developed into the player he was, that he was here, you know. Coach was kind of ahead of his time on the hitting things with the tees and the drills and everything else. You know, everybody else just kind of did what pro ball does, just go out and play. You know, even pro ball now does a lot of things with drills and help your physical and mental development. So Coach, you know, Coach was a great guy.